Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by Toyhax.com. They're your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for your vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern bots. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great-looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. So check out Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. The featured bot in this video is the Keith's Fantasy Club Toecutter, a masterpiece-style GoBots sidekill. I saw this figure for sale at ShowZstore.com and had to get him because I have always wanted a sidekill, but for some reason never got one. I always thought he just was such an interesting character with such a cool name. I mean, he's a robot that turns into a motorcycle, he's evil, and his name is Sidekill. I mean, what an awesome name for an evil robot. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. We've got Toecutter right there with some great looking artwork. I love that. He looks so cool. And the name Toecutter, if you guys don't get it, that was the name of the villain, the motorcycle gang leader in the original Mad Max. So I think that is a very fitting name for this figure. Side of the box is, I'm not sure, EAVI metal, Keith's Fantasy Club. Back of the packaging, EAVI, I wonder what that stands for. Expendable, Autonomous, Virulent Infantry, whatever. Back of the packaging, you got some line art of Toecutter. This set includes bio card, instruction, extra spikes and studs. Toecutter, we don't need another hero. Another nice Mad Max throwback. There's a lot more right there. I'll pause that if you want to read it. This side of the box converts from Robot Warrior to Apocalyptic Motorcycle and back again. And there's some line art of the motorcycle. And I love the box. It's really, really cool. But enough about the box. Let's go ahead and rip this figure out of this packaging and check him out. And welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Now, once you get Toecutter all opened up and out of the packaging, you'll see he does come with an instruction book that's actually very well illustrated and fairly easy to follow. There was a couple parts that confused me a little bit, but I do like how they have the gray section there, but the yellow pieces or the yellow sections is what you're transforming, so it does help out quite a bit. He also comes with this bio card that features the same artwork that's on the instruction booklet, and the box looks really, really good. On the back are some stats. I like the face right there. He also comes with 2 spiked wheels, and I will tell you right now, these spikes are sharp, so you want to watch out for those. Lots of detail on one side of the wheel. The other side's a little plain, but lots of details right there. So that looks really good. He has a strut weapon and all kinds of little accessories. You've got these little gray spikes, little red spikes, and these are kind of a soft rubber. You've got these little red adapters, brake handles, and a rear view mirror. And then of course you've got Toecutter himself. That looks pretty dead on to how Sidekill looked in the GoBots cartoon. And I like right there, he was a QC Pass 01. So now let's go ahead and get Toecutter, who I'm going to call Sidekill for the rest of this review, all put together. So we're going to take the wheels right here, and I'm going to take the detail side and have it facing out. Just go ahead and plug those into the shoulders like so. Do that here on the other side. And now what you want to do is take the little gray spikes, and those are going to peg in to the wheels just like so. And then you've got these little red ones I showed you earlier. You can actually plug those in to the knees. There's little holes right there. Get those plugged in. And there we have Cykill. Now, he's a lot more spiky than what he looked like in the GoBots cartoon because he didn't have any spikes on the wheels or his knees, but hey, it looks pretty good. He's an updated, more evil Cykill. And I'm going to go ahead and take off the QC sticker right there, and we'll take a closer look at this guy. I love, let me angle him down here, love the head sculpt. The head sculpt is very, I almost said G1. Well, I guess it is G1 GoBots. Nice paint job with the orange, the yellow eyes, the gray for the face. Looks really, really good. I dig it. Now, the figure itself, he's kind of plain looking, but you know, that's how Cykill looked in the cartoon. Arms look great. Legs look great. Now, he does have metal down here for the feet, and there's some in the legs somewhere. I can't tell exactly where. I think there's metal right there because this figure is heavy. Love the chrome there on the legs as well. And really, that's it. He looks good. He's got a little bit of a backpack, but not much. I mean, nothing that detracts from the figure whatsoever. Now, getting into articulation, this is what surprised me. I don't know if mine's stuck or what, but I cannot turn his head farther than that. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, or maybe mine's just really, really tight, but I don't want to force it. Now, he can look up and he can look down slightly, but that's it as far as the head articulation. Very surprising. The arms, even with the wheels attached, can go up and down. They can do a complete 360, and they got some great ratchet joints right there. There is a elbow bend, actually a double elbow bend. You got a little bit of ratchet right there. There's a rotation at the elbow, a wrist rotation, and the fingers are articulated, each individual one. The thumb can close, and each individual finger can close as well. How cool is that? There is waist articulation. Legs can go forward, they can go back. You can hear the ratchets there as well. They can go out, they can go in, and there is a nice deep knee bend. That's a nice tight joint too. There is ankle rotation, slight ankle rotation, and heel tilt. Now, one foot is a little floppy, and I think that's due to the fact that is a metal foot. So let's go ahead and get him stood back up here and bring in his weapon. Now, this is his motorcycle struts that combine to form this weapon, kind of a melee weapon. It's got the little pegs right there that you can fit into his hand, like so. Just open up the fingers. You'll see the slot right there. So you can peg that here at the bottom of the weapon or down more or up more toward the top. So you just get that slotted in. Wrap the thumb around, wrap the fingers around, and there we go. He's got a nice melee weapon. Doesn't have a gun, but I think that's because in the show, he never had a gun. He just formed his fist, and he was able to shoot laser blasts out of his fist. So that's pretty much it for Cykill's robot mode. I am really impressed with this guy. He looks so good. So now let's get him transformed into motorcycle mode. Now, the first thing we have to do before transforming Cykill into his motorcycle mode is go ahead and remove his weapon and the tires from the shoulders. They are secured good. Damn, like I said, those things are sharp. Remove the little spikes from the knees. And now we're ready to go. Now, the first thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and right here at the wrists, there's these little tabs that you need to flip up. So go ahead and do that. And now the hardest part of this transformation is the backpack right here. You want to bring this out and down. And if you look inside here, you've got this little chrome section. You have to fit this chrome piece through here. And it is a pain in the butt. I have tried multiple times to do this quickly, and I thought I finally figured out a way to do it. If you get it through and bring this section out and over, I don't even know if it's going to show or not. It took me forever to get that out last night. So after you get that out, go ahead and take this little piece right here, fold that down, it's a little peg, and rotate this section around, just like so. So now you've got that going on. Go ahead and take Cycle's head, flip it back, and fold it into his body like so. Now you're going to take this chest section, go ahead and flip this up, and then you're going to rotate the arms up. And this little piece, or these sections right here, are going to flip up. Actually, I had the arms, let's see, just rotate these as you go. You're going to bring the arms in, and this is all about getting these angled just right so they fit around Cycle's head. So once you get those in, okay, so what you want to do, get this little section here around this joint. So once you get that around, you can bring these down and they'll tab into place, holding the arms like so. Now you want to take the arms and rotate them around, and they're just going to collapse right in on each other. Well, this arm's already in the right, no it's not. There you go. So get these out like so. Make sure those tabs are facing down. And let's see, go ahead and get the fists closed. Like so. And we've got that going on. Now, for up here, there's this little black section right here. Kind of hard to get to, so I use my little spudger. Go ahead and press that out. Get this out of the way. I just pushed it back in there. I said the hardest part of this transformation is this front end. So you bring this up, and you'll notice a little port right there that is supposed to plug in to this. Getting that in, that's also a pain in the butt. So I've got that secured like so, and then you just try to get everything folded down, and it didn't work. Also, these gray pieces right here, these need to be folded in as well. My fat fingers don't allow me to get a hold of anything. That's why you keep the spudger. Transformed this guy 3 times already, and of course, on camera is where it screws up. I can't get a hold of that one. Put that one down, out of the way. It just folds up completely up into this white section here. There we go. So got that one down and around. Now let's work on this section here again, because you want this up. Okay, what I should have done, take these chrome sections here, bring those up, and those are metal, by the way. Now, get this attached. Press that in. It just does not want to catch. And now, just collapse it down, and there we go. Now, bring that section down here and it'll peg in right there like so. So you've got that going on. Jeez. Now with the legs, you're going to take the kneecaps, rotate these around, revealing these little holes. Take this section right here above the knees, flip these out, revealing pegs. Now you're going to take the crotch and unsnap the crotch area, just like so, and bring these back around. So you're just leaving this section here up. Go ahead and pull the legs out like so. Rotate the feet around and flip down the little red heel spur. So now you want to take this hole right here, match it up to that peg, and the easiest way to do it, bend the leg backwards and go ahead and stick that hole in and continue to wrap the leg around. You got the foot section right here. You see that peg or that slot? You want to line that up with the peg on the forearm of robot mode. Now, right here, you got this little slot right there. Line that up to the tabs on the crotch piece, and that is a hard one to get tabbed in. Takes a little bit of force, but there you go. So that one's in. We'll go ahead and do the same on this side. Bring the leg in, press that down, bring the foot up, and also you want to make sure the fists fit inside the leg section here. So got that lined up, got that lined up. Make sure that's straight. There we go. Crotch piece. The crotch piece does not want to stay tabbed in, and it's really no biggie if it does or does not, because all this secures anyway. Now, what you're going to do is take one of your wheels. Make sure you take the spike off first and get the wheel pegged in right there at the knees, just like any other bike bot, like Wreck-Gar, for example. And there you go. There's the front of the bike. This part here is going to flip off constantly and drive you nuts. So now what you're going to do is take the strut weapon, pull that apart, and this is going to go right up in here that I flipped around. There we go. So you see there is a peg there and a hole there. You're going to match that up to these struts, peg and hole. So what you want to do is now get your other wheel and go ahead and put these together just like so. These two ends are facing each other, and then you're going to line it up right there. See what I'm talking about? So get that lined up. It's going to peg in two places. You got your little thicker connector and then the more narrow connector there. Get that pegged in. Make sure the wheel's connected. Peg this back in place. And let's go ahead and flop down the kickstands. And there you have Cycle almost complete. You're going to take all your little extra accessories. You've got your little red spikes. They're going to peg in right here on the front wheel. And then your back spikes, you're going to utilize these little adapters that I showed you earlier. Plug the adapter in, and then place your gray spikes over the adapter. Lost a spike. There you go. That's set back down. Now you've got your mirror, you've got your little brake handles. These are going to clip on the handlebars. Maybe. This is the first time I've done the clip-on pieces. So there's one. Let me find out exactly where the mirror goes. Put that on first. Put the mirror right there. And then you've got the other brake section. And as I'm doing this, the entire figure is unpegging. So there you go. Let me go ahead and get Cycle cleaned up for you, and I'll be right back. And there we have Cycle in his robot mode, and he looks good. And that's it. He looks good. You don't want to touch the figure. You don't want to fool with him, because the spikes will fall off. These pieces will snap off. This whole top section is aggravating as hell because I wish it would tab in secure. It does not. You get it on there good, and the weight just collapses it and makes it pop off. If I didn't have the little kickstands up, I mean, that's what happens. He can't support his own weight, and that is a shame. He looks so good and very faithful to the original toy, and it's a shame. I dig it. I like what they were going for, but it just doesn't. There could have been a little extra they could have put into the figure to make it work. Some better tabs, or locking tabs would be great, because those look like locking tabs, but they don't. There's no pressure whatsoever. They pop right off. I mean, no friction whatsoever. They pop right off. The spikes barely stay in. I don't like how hard it was to clip those on. Plus, it doesn't really match up with the chrome. Now, let's go into at least some positives about the bike. It looks good. I like the paint applications. I like the chrome mufflers. I really love the chrome there for the handlebars. And it's sharp. It's very faithful to the original toy, aside from all of the spikes. So, let's compare Toecutter here, or Cycle, to fellow biker bot Studio Series 86 Wreck-Gar. And Wreck-Gar, he just pulls off the motorcycle a lot better than Cycle. And as you can see, he's just totally falling apart. And Wreck-Gar works with the spikes a lot better too. So yeah, I mean, and there we go, things are falling off. Like the concept, poor execution, especially since this is supposed to be like the 4th or 5th version of this mold. You think they would got all the bugs out by now. So there you go, Toecutter in motorcycle mode. And now for some quick size comparisons, here is KFC's Toecutter with Generation 1 Megatron, GoBots Psycho, Studio Series 86 Wreck-Gar, and Studio Series 86 Junkie. Man, this is one figure that I am just tore straight down the middle on. On one hand, I absolutely love the robot mode. It looks great, very cartoon accurate, and I even like the spikes. He's got great articulation. I love that he's covered in ratchet joints, and I was able to fix the loose feet thanks to the fact that they are Phillips head screws. Just tighten those up a little bit and he's good to go. The weapon is not too bad. I didn't show off earlier. I was so frustrated with motorcycle mode, but as you can see, there are spring-loaded shocks, so that is pretty cool. I do not like the fact that the spikes, the ones here in the middle of the wheels and on the knees, are removable. They're kind of a pain in the butt when it comes to transformation. And speaking of transformation, I hate this figure's transformation. It should be so much more simpler, but it's not. Things just don't line up right. You can't get things in the right position. And like I said, I think this is one of many versions of this mold, and you think they would have perfected that by now. His motorcycle mode looks good, but absolutely sucks. Just falls apart way too easy. Not a big fan of that. So there you go, guys. KFC's P-6K Toecutter Renegade Leader Cycle. So, does a KFC Toecutter belong in your collection? Well, if you like Cycle, or if you like buying transforming robot toys that you never plan on transforming, absolutely. I love this robot mode. It looks great. It's got fantastic articulation, great paint applications, die-cast metal, chrome. I couldn't ask for more in a robot. Now, granted, I wish the head had a little bit more articulation, but that may just be that it's too tight. Maybe the more I mess with it, it will break loose. Not a big fan of all those little extra pieces and parts. And speaking of those, transforming this guy back, one of those little red studs popped off, rolled off the desk, and it took me a half an hour to find. So don't like these. Those are probably going to stay in this baggie forever. Transformation for this figure absolutely sucks. And I am not a fan of the motorcycle mode whatsoever. It could have been so much better. Other than that, like I said, robot mode's great. I just got to find a place for him. He kind of, I don't know where he's going to fit in with all my Transformers, but I'm sure I can find somewhere. So yeah, Keith's Fantasy Club Toecutter. Now, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out to all my current channel members because it's support like yours that helps keep this channel going. Once again, guys, this is Patriot Prime signing out. Ha!